Good morning and welcome students. Let's see lesson number 3, India's internal challenges. In the previous period we saw Naxalist movement. Now let's see the communalism. First I will read the first para. Communalism is a serious threat to unity of our country. Communalism emerged out of narrow religious pride. The British saw the seeds of communalism in our country. People of different religions have happily lived together since many centuries. There is nothing wrong in people of different religions living together in a country while being duly proud of their own religion. But when this pride becomes excessive, then it turns into bigotry. Each one then begins to consider their religion superior and others inferior. This leads to religion's fanaticism. Now let's see explanation. See the first communalism. What is the meaning of communalisms? Communalisms means narrow or excessive pride in one's own religions. All of you know that India is a democratic country. Many religions peoples are living together, but they have the communalisms problems, and this is one of the internal challenge in front of India. So this lead of communalisms were shown by the British, means this lead to the unfortunate partition of India on the basis of religions in 1947. Hindu and Muslim. There are two countries, India and Pakistan. So in India, I told you there are many other religions people are there, and because of them this communalism's issue is there more. So there is nothing wrong in people of the different religions living together in a country, but they should pride of their own religions. But when this pride become excessive, then it turn into bigotry. Bigotry means racism, or bigotry means here is the thinking that my religion is better than others. So each one then being to consider their religion superior and others religion is inferior, and this lead to religious fanaticism. Fanaticism means that is the quality of my religion is great. So this is the communalism. Now next para I will read and then explain. Let's see. Fanaticism is the base of communalisms. It makes one oblivious of national interest. People of different religions don't trust each other. They become suspicious of each other. Compatriot following different religions are looked at as enemies. Even commonality or coming together of festivals become rare. As a result, it becomes difficult for everybody to come together and get organized for their demands and rights as citizens. Fanaticism makes the perspective of looking at events and people prejudice. Some people begin to think of economics and social questions also in the framework of their own religion. Some people of all religions think that since they belong to a particular religion, they have no influence in a political or in politics. They begin to believe that they are being treated unjustly. They hold the idea that government is partial against their religion. In such a condition, they become too sensitive about their religion and their co-religionist. If anybody speak about the people of their religion or insult the religion symbols knowingly or unknowingly, riots break out because of this kind of thinking. Hundreds of innocent people are killed. Public property worth crores of rupees is damaged. Public peace is destroyed. Due to the bitter memories of the riots, people are estranged, and from each other mutual trust receive a setback. Now let's see the explanation. Fanaticism, I told you that is the quality, that is my religion is great, and this is at the root cause of communalisms. It result in mutual suspicious and distrust among the followers of different religions. The outlook of people become prejudice. Prejudice means that is they dislike, they not trust to other people, other religions people. Even social and economic problems are perceived from the religious angle. people believe that they have no influence in politics and are unjustly treated because they belong to a particular religion. They become too sensitive about their religions and co-religionist. Co-religionist means they are the same religions people. So uh, they become too sensitive about their own religions and co-religionist. Any means any perceived insult to their religions and religious symbol lead to common riots, and hundreds of innocent people are killed and property worth crores of rupees is destroyed, and social unity and in turn national unity receive a blow. So let's see the next para. Trust become people is the basic of coexistence. If trust breaks, social unity receive a blow. How can national unity be achieved without social unity? Hence, it is necessary that we all counter these religious communalisms with all our strength. For this, we should mix with people of different religions. We should accept the good practice and idea of each other. We should be able to look at and understand our economics and social problems rationally. We should not mix these questions with religions. We should search for the economics, political, or historical reasons that are responsible for disturbing religious harmony. And this is the only way to put an end to communalisms and strengthen national unity. Here are given the conclusion what we should do it as a good citizen of India. So here they told that it is necessary to counter communalisms. We should mix with people. What we should do, how to stop communalisms? So for that we need to mix with people. We should mix with people of different religions, accept their good practice and ideas. We should accept means festival time we should go to, if Eid is there we should go to the our Islam brothers and sisters homes, and if Diwali is there we should go to the Hindus home. Like this way we can try to solve this communalism's problems. So we should understand social economics problems rationally and not mix this up with the religions. Means religions is a different part and our social economics and other progress of the nation is the other part. So we should search for the reason that are responsible for disturbing communal's harmony, and in this way we can put an end to communalisms and strengthen national unity. Here is given the answer of how to stop communalisms. Now the next is regionalism. Let's see. Regionalisms means having extensive pride about one's region. The beginning we saw the religions. Now here is the topic. Regionalism means it is belong to region. So it is one thing to introduce oneself as a Bengali or a Marathi person. But if I think that because I am a Bengali or I am a Marathi, I am a superior to others from other provinces, it can be termed as excessive regional pride. The love for one's province turns morbid due to this kind of an excessive regional pride. It is natural to feel love for one's province, but it should not become abnormal. Now let's see what is this. Regionalism is excessive pride, means more pride about one's region. Feeling superior than other is morbid. Morbid means here means unhealthy. Morbid means unhealthy or excessive regional pride. Regionalism through, let's see the next that is the this morbid means due to this kind of an excessive regional pride. So it is natural feel love for one's province, but it should not become abnormal. I mean, we should love our region, we should love our state, but it should not become abnormal. Now let's see the next. Regionalism thrives on regional imbalance in development in the post-independence period. Some states achieved more progress while some state remains backward. For example, state like Maharashtra, Gujarat, Punjab, Tamil Nadu develop economically and industrially, whereas states like Odisha, Bihar, Assam remains undeveloped economically and industrially. Economic development and reform are the foundation of progress. As a result, the state that develop economically can also achieve progress in other areas like education, health, and culture. The state which have not developed in these manners remain backwards in education and civic amenity. The opportunity of development available to people in developed states are not possible for people in backward states. They are harassed by problem of education, backwardness, unemployment, poverty, etc. They begin to think that they are being cheated. They are being kept away from the benefits of development. Because of this, the understanding between state is broken. This is this in turn has a negative impact on national unity and the economics imbalance that has endangered. This understanding need to be set right. Our governments makes effort in that direction. The another one problem which is the internal challenge in front of India, which India is facing, that is the regionalisms. Now let's see, that is the regionalism, that is the thrice on religions, regional imbalance in development. Some states achieve higher economics and industrial development while some states remain backwards. Here given the example of Maharashtra, Gujarat, Punjab and Tamil Nadu. These states these states achieve higher economics and industrial development, and Odisha, Assam, Bihar, they remains undeveloped. They remain the backwards. So the developed means advanced state also achieve progress in health, civil amenity and education. So whereas less developed states means backward states remain backwards in all these sectors area. The backward state feel that they were kept away from the benefit of development, and thereby understanding between the states is broken, and this has the negative impact of national unity. Now efforts are being made to solve the problem of regional imbalance in economic development, and regionalisms can affect the development as well as backward states. Now let's see the next. Regionalism can affect developed as well as the undeveloped states. The people of developed states being to believe that they are superior due to their superior history and culture, and hence they have developed that much. They being the underdeveloped regions, they are not willing to share the benefit of development with the backward state. On the other hand, the people from backward areas need to arouse their regional identity to organize themselves. For this, they try to unnecessarily glorify local traditions and culture to prove their uniqueness. This leads to regionalism. It endangers national unity. The evil of regionalism can be tackled by reducing the imbalance in development. So, I told you that regionalisms can affect the development as well as backward states. People in the developed states being to feel that they are superior and look down upon the people in the less developed states. They are not willing to share benefit of development with the backward states. On the other hand, the people in the backward states are aroused by means they appeal to their regional identity, the significance of local traditions and culture by regional political parties. This lead to regionalisms and endangers national unity. And the evils of regionalism can be tackled by reducing the imbalance in development. So we have studied a few challenges that India is facing. Apart from this, there are several problems like overpopulations, cleanliness, agriculture, and the problems of the farmers, poverty, housing, and food. We are trying to overcome this and move forward. We are progressing steadily. In the next chapter, we shall learn about progress in the economic field. Now, this is the these are the two problems which we saw: communalisms and regionalism, that is India is facing. So this lesson is finished here. I'm telling you that you please read this lesson at least twice and solve the exercise. Thank you.